What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so this is what's awardsradar.com, and they've got this article up about the Bray Wyatt documentary Becoming Immortal. It's streaming on Peacock. They put it out WrestleMania weekend, and I just watched it, and I had so many thoughts on it. It's First of all, really enjoyed it. I'm going to go back and watch it again. I thought it was exceptional what they did. There are little things that I can nitpick on it because I did feel like they kind of soft shoot around certain things. They had Bray Wyatt's ex-wife in there. You know, she's the mother of his oldest two children, and they had her in there, and they obviously had to get to the part where they got divorced and he ended up dating JoJo Offerman, and they have a son and a daughter together. But they had to talk about that part of the relationship, and they kind of soft shoot around the fact, because I had read before it became public knowledge that, you know, it was being rumored that Bray Wyatt was having an affair with JoJo, and, you know, they hadn't gone public yet. So they obviously didn't want to put that in the documentary, but she just, you know, they had his wife just say, you know, we had kind of, you know, the marriage started taking a toll and we had drifted apart, and they just kind of soft shoot around that part. I'm like, hey, you know, I remember when Dusty Rhodes passed away, and they put a special tribute documentary up on Peacock, and there was this line where Jim Ross was talking about Dusty Rhodes and his first wife, who is the mother of Dustin Rhodes. And Jim Ross was talking about that marriage breaking up for Dusty, and he said, you know, this is a hard business. You know, the wrestling business is hard. You're traveling. He said, I just think, he said, they loved each other, but I think the road got that marriage. And I think that is probably what they could have said in that situation. Like I said, they soft shoot around it. No Vince McMahon at all in the documentary. I thought that was interesting, and it seemed like they wanted to cut. They left footage on the table that would have included Vince McMahon. You know, just because obviously I understand with some of the allegations and stuff that are against Vince McMahon, you know, you would have to think that because he was so instrumental in Bray Wyatt's career, and obviously Bray Wyatt's father worked for Vince, and his uncle Barry Windham worked for Vince. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of, they have I thought that was interesting that they kind of, you know, just kind of, let's cut around that. Let's they had, you know, several people who had been friends of Bray Wyatt and, you know, had different connections. They had old footage of Luke Harper, who ended up going to AEW and became Brody Lee. But yeah, you saw the Luke, what's the guy, Eric Rowan. They had all those guys in there that were part of the Wyatt family, and they covered when Luke Harper passed and how sad Bray was. Those dudes were like brothers. They loved each other, and you know, obviously Eric's the last one. They had obviously Bo Dallas in there. It also seemed like they were using the documentary to tease Bo Dallas's return as Uncle Howdy, because they are starting to tease that. I noticed on SmackDown this past week, they seemed like they were teasing the return of Uncle Howdy. And, you know, so they're in the documentary, you see at the very last segment, I can't remember the guy that was Bray's costume designer, but he was talking about that they had an idea to take the last idea that Bray had and kind of repurpose it. You know, they were wanting, Bray Wyatt had an idea. He obviously passed away, and it was involving Uncle Howdy, so his brother could have a job. Seems like they're going to bring back some of the old Wyatt family people. I kind of had the feeling that maybe Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan were going to come back, or Eric Rowan. But one thing, it was also weird that Liv Morgan, I thought Liv Morgan would be in the documentary. And the reason, she's been in a relationship. It's a private. They haven't gone public, but she's been in a relationship with Bo Dallas for about 5 years now, and they've got numerous photos of them out together, like shopping. Just a couple weeks ago, when Sonya Deville got married, they were at the wedding. But and Ric Flair had mentioned on his podcast, Barry Windham. That's Bray Wyatt's uncle. Barry Windham had a health scare last year, and Ric Flair went and visited him in the home, in Mike Rotunda's home. I guess they had him over there helping to take care of him. And Ric Flair had even mentioned that Bo Dallas and Liv Morgan were together. And some people got mad at Rick for saying that on his podcast, even though he wasn't. I listened to what he said, and I didn't think he was being disrespectful. He was just talking about, he went to, obviously Barry Windham had been a Four Horseman. They've been friends for like over 30 years. He went to visit his friend. He was like, Bo Dallas, who is Barry Windham's nephew, is there with his girlfriend. He wasn't sure. He was like, are they married or something? He said, but they're Liv Morgan and Bo Dallas are a couple. He mentioned that, and I saw some of the wrestling press. They picked that up. It's like, oh, Ric Flair, he's ruined it, because I understand on television, Liv Morgan is her character. They don't want to have, and they don't want to have her tied down with someone. And I know Becky Lynch has talked about some of the limitations that she felt once everyone knew that her and Seth Rollins were married. They're doing like couples tag teams and stuff like that. So I understand it from a business perspective, you want to keep that part separate. But I thought you could have had her in the documentary and just talk about what a great guy Bray was and different memories of. You don't have to talk about the fact that you're with his brother. They could have had her just talk about Bray as a person and not mention her personal life at all. But I thought, like I said, the documentary was very, very well put together. But like I said, the stuff with Vince and certain little things, I thought I understood why Vince wasn't in it, but I thought he should have been in it. Anyway, but yeah, definitely a thumbs up on Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal. It's on Peacock. I'd highly recommend it. Check it out. But if you watched it, or if you're planning on watching it, let me know what you guys think. Get in the comments. Give me a follow. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. All at Ikari Press. If you type in IkariPress.com, it will take you to my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. I've got the link to that, and the link to my Gumroad in the description as well if you want to check out some other projects. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I really appreciate it. I'm out.